Hello children, how are you all? I hope you are all fine. So, as you can see on your screen, today we are going to learn about Social Science Unit 3 Grade 5. So, what are we going to learn in this lesson? In this lesson, we are going to revise all the syllabus which we have learned up to now. And what have we learned up to now? Let us see. Firstly, we have seen about the main features of Indus Valley civilization. And in this chapter, we had learned about this map. In this map, we had learned that Indus Valley civilization was there in Indus River, which basically originated at Himalaya, and it used to flow from Himalaya to Arabian Sea, and on in the banks of this river, this civilization was developed, and on based on the name of this river, this civilization was given name of Indus Valley civilization. So Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, and these type of places were supposed to be Indus Valley civilization areas, and we have learned all that, right? After that, we had taken information about excavation of Harappa, that how excavation took place in 1921 and 1922, and how Harappan civilization came to know the world, and people got information about that. After that, we learned information about town planning in Indus Valley civilization. In that, we learned that how the houses were built. They were built of mud bricks, and they were so tall, 20 to 25 meters tall. The city was divided into two different sections. First section was there. First was upper town, it was called as citadel, and second was lower town. The rich and important people used to live in citadel, that is upper town, and minor people used to live in lower town. So all these things we have learned, that drainage system was there. The roads used to cross each other in 90 degrees, and there were covered drainage system, and bathrooms were there at every place, and water supply system was very strong at that time, and each and every city was covered by a defensive protective wall. It means that each city had a compound at that time, and granaries were also built, and all these things we have learnt in town planning, right? After that, we took information about Great Bath. So the Great Bath, this picture is there of Great Bath. So what information did we take? That there was Great Bath, there was Great Bath, and near that Great Bath there were small cells as a changing rooms, and these great baths were built in that Indus Valley civilization. After that, granary. In the granaries, the surplus food was stored, and it was given. It was used in the time of famine, and this surplus food, whichever was stored, were given to people. It was sold to market, and this way, these people used to conserve their food, right? After that, we learned about life of people. In life of people, we learned that besides farming, they had a lot of occupations like pottery, carving, writing on seals, and building houses, and different crops, fruits, wheats, barley, millet. This type of crops were grown at that time. People used various tools like plows, axes, saws, and these were made up of bronze. Actually, these type of things were not made up of any iron, because people of that civilization did not know the use of iron. They used bronze that is made up of tin and copper, right? After that, these people domesticated animals like cows, buffalo, and sheep also. The objects excavated from different side of people made, they tell us about progress of the people, because objects like ornaments are found, and seals and stamps are also found there, and coins are also found. Some icons are found, some toys are found, and some other utensils are also found. Depending upon them, we can imagine that how developed civilization it was. It was advanced and developed civilization, and people used many fine things at that time, and so that we can guess that people were so many developed. After that we learned about decline of Indus Valley civilization. There were four causes of decline of Indus Valley civilization. First one was decline in trade with other civilizations. Second cause was change in the river course. Third cause was flooding in some areas of civilization, and fourth cause was invasion by the Aryans led to further decline of the civilization. This is how we had finished the study of Indus Valley civilization, and after finishing these studies we had started to learn about natural resources and classification and uses. So while learning natural resources, we came to know that there are some things these are useful for human being as well as other living things also. So such things which are useful for us and they are provided to us directly by nature are called as natural resources. And we had classified these resources like solar energy, water energy, wind energy, so some oil, limestone and phosphates are also given to us. So this type of resources can be classified into two sections basically. First one living thing, second one non-living thing. Living resources can be regenerated and if conditions are favorable, like forests and crops. Non-living resources include water and air, and they are inexhaustible and hence they are called as renewable resources. So mineral and fossil fuels are non-living resources, but they take a lot of time to get formed, and so that they are called as non-renewable resources. After that we learned about uses of natural resources. So about that we learned about the important it is natural resources are very important for the growth and development of industries. Some natural resources can be used directly by humans, while there are some natural resources we need to process them, and after processing only we can use them. This is how we had started the study about natural resources, and after that we continued the study, and while continuing we came to know about conservation of natural resources, that how we can conserve them, right? So how can we conserve them? The rich and developed countries are using the natural resources on more extent. The developing countries depend on the natural resources as well, and densely populated countries like India, China and Indonesia need large amount of natural resources, and unfortunately due to growth of population the demand of natural resources is also high, and so that it has made them scarce, and we are feeling scarcity of these natural resources. And for that what is necessary? The animals, plants that are at high risk, they become extinct and they are endangered. There are some pictures given of the animals which are endangered. These are the species. So gangs of dolphin, monitor lizard, Indian whiteback vulture. So these are some of the species which are nowadays extincting, right? So there are some non-renewable energy resources, right? So in this chart we get to know about this. So there are energy resources. These are two type of energy resources. First one is renewable, second one is non-renewable. In renewable there are solar energy, wind energy, hydropower energy, geothermal energy and biomass energy. In non-renewable resources there is coal, petroleum and natural gases. So firstly let us have information about non-renewable energy resources. The resources of energy that are continuously used by us but not replenished within a short period of time are called as non-renewable energy resources. After that second point is there, and in second point what is given over there? The most important source of non-renewable energy is fossil fuels such as coals, petroleums and natural gases. So coal, petroleum, natural gases, nuclear energy, these are some energy resources, right? But the fossil fuels, mainly coal, petroleum, natural gases, are they are altogether known as fossil fuels. So over millions of years they were formed in action, and so that they cannot be formed instantly. So and we have a very limited reservoirs of these things, so that we have to use them very carefully. Since they are formed after long time. So use of coal, where is coal used? Coal is used for cooking, heating, producing electricity and industrial purpose. Use of natural gas, it is used for vehicles in the form of compressed natural gas, it is called as CNG. It is used in vehicles as well. And liquefied petroleum gas, it is called as LPG, and LPG is also used in cooking and for commercial purpose. Understood? After that, use of petroleum. Petroleum is used as fuel in cars, two wheelers and three wheelers. Kerosene is used for cooking and heating, and refined kerosene is used in aeroplanes as well and helicopters. And diesel is used in heavy vehicles and trains as well. And diesel is also used in water pumps and generators. So this is how this fossil fuels are used. After that, non-renewable energy resources, misuse and overuse. Non-renewable resources. So air pollution is caused mainly due to burning of fossil fuels and fuel of vehicle. So we have to control it. Acid rain is a effect of such thing that if some poisonous gases are present in the air and at that time rain comes, then rain gets mixed with this rainwater, and these poisonous gases form acid, and if such acid rain is there, then it can be harmful for all the living things. It can be harmful for humans, animals, plants, soil, water, air. Each type of pollution may be caused, and it is very dangerous if it rains acid. And acid rain has made bad effect, harmful effect on Taj Mahal also. Air pollution can be disastrous. And why it can be disastrous? Because due to air pollution, ozone layer, which protects us from ultraviolet rays of sun, it is getting reduced, so that we have to control this air pollution also. After that, along with natural resources such as air, water, soil and other things, some man-made resources are there, right? Some are renewable resources like forests and wind energy, solar energy. But if the plants are renewable resources, we cannot cut them on large extent, because if we cut them, it will imbalance the environment and it can be harmful for food chain. So many wild animals are decreasing in number, and this is because of scarcity of the food. So hunting or poaching and the loss of habitat. The Indian government has taken various steps, including building wildlife sanctuaries and national parks to protect endangered species and to provide natural habitats to this animal. Understood? So there are many wild animals which are extincting nowadays, and governments provide them habitat to live and protection as well. After that, renewable energy resources, in that we have seen that there is solar energy, there is wind energy, and hydropower energy and geothermal energy. This is the energy, and biomass energy is also there, and these energy resources are available to us in limited proportion, so that we can use them up to the extent that we want, right? After that, we had taken information about disasters. There are two types of disasters. First one is natural, second one is man-made disaster. In natural disasters, earthquakes, floods, droughts, cyclones, tsunamis and volcanoes are there. Earthquake, in that land shakes and trembles, and due to that there can be destruction of life as well as property. Flood, when there is heavy rain or breakage of any dam or blockage in river flow, at that time there can be overflooding, and due to overflood there can be the possibility of destruction to life as well as property, and it can bring several diseases also with it, like diarrhea, cholera and all these things. Malaria, dengue, these type of diseases are also carried with flood. After that, droughts are there. Drought is If in any area on the earth there is no rain for long time, at that time there is drought, and it strikes to agricultural sector on a large extent, and people do not get food to survive, and animals also do not get food and water to survive, and they face a lot of scarcity of food as well as water, and so that this drought some situations happen there. After that, cyclones are there. What is cyclone? Cyclone is nothing but some vacuum is created due to imbalance in environment. Due to heating of air, some air goes up, and so that cyclones are created, and they can disrupt the cities at a time also, right? And cyclones can have bad effect on plants, animals, trees, as well as life and property, and they can be dangerous for poles as well as trees, electricity poles. So at the time of cyclones, electricity is not over there. Whenever there is tsunami at the bottom of sea, when earthquake or any volcanic eruption takes place, at that time what happens, very huge waves of sea water are arose, and due to that destruction may be caused. To save oneself from tsunami, there is only one way, that you have to move away from the coastal region and you can save your life. And after that, volcanic eruption is there. So in volcanic eruption, as we know, magma and lava comes out of the earth's crust, earth's interior, and some gases are released into air, and in order to save ourselves from that, we have to move away from the site up to the point that this volcanic eruption does not settle down. After that, there are some man-made disasters like civil disturbances, terrorism, and hazardous material and nuclear blasts. Due to these man-made disasters, environment has caused a lot of imbalance in itself. And after learning all this, we have taken information in the last period about major elements of environment like hydrosphere, atmosphere, lithosphere, biosphere. These are the major components of environment. After that, types of pollution. In that, we have taken information about air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution, soil pollution, and in air pollution, we know that poisonous gases are mixed into air, and so that air pollution is caused, we have to plant trees in order to control air pollution. In water pollution, we know that some industrial waste is mixed into water, and unwanted chemicals also are mixed into water, and due to that, water pollution is there, and water pollution makes bad effect on plants, animals, as well as aquatic things as well. After that, we took information about noise pollution. Noise pollution is caused because of unpleasant sound that are released in environment, and due to that, this unpleasant sound, noise pollution is there. After that, we took information about soil pollution. Soil pollution is there because of dumping of waste material in wrong way, and due to that, soil becomes infertile, and poisonous elements are mixed into soil, and this is how the soil pollution is caused. And this way, we have finished the revision of social science unit 3 grade 5. So this revision video will be helpful for you for unit test 3, third unit test, and all the questions will be depending upon the same syllabus. So I will wish you all the best for the upcoming exams, and wish that you will follow all these things successfully and study this book also carefully. Okay, so for today, let us stop here. See you in the next video. Till next video comes, let us say bye. Have a nice day.